No time to spare. The Zoning and Planning Commission. So, guys, I wanted to share a couple things with you guys here. So, one of the great things about our country is we have what's called the Sunshine Law. The Sunshine Law allows you that if there's any government meeting, you can request the meeting minutes, and they're open to everybody. So, there's a couple Zoning and Planning Commission meetings that were called to talk about no time to spare. What was interesting is, I guess, when they do these meetings, they have to put it out as public notice. What I thought was really interesting is the neighbors all found out about it, but they never mentioned it to No Time to Spare. So you would think if there were, I understand needing a public message to go out to all of the county. I get that. But if you're all talking about one person and you want a fair discussion, you invite that person. That did not happen. So all we have is the meeting minutes of basically people talking about us. And I'm going to share a few things with you guys that were a bit disturbing of two different meetings. I'm also going to find a way to share all of the meeting minutes so you guys can read and interpret it for yourself. But there's a few things that I just wanted to point out in video because I think they're pretty telling. So guys, the very first one is, as you read through, especially the first set of meeting minutes, which was in 2019, you can see that there isn't a problem that is trying to be addressed. There is simply, how can we shut this group down? So you'll see that it's not about noise, because when they said, hey, there isn't, that's really not a valid case. They said, okay, well, what about this? Well, what about this? What about this? So it has nothing to do with trying to remedy a solution, right? When they said, hey, it's loud, we went out and bought a bunch of barriers. Carol put up fencing. Like, they did everything they could to try to minimize the noise. So yeah, so it's been a little bit, you can read through it and realize that it's not about fixing a problem. It's about shutting down No Time to Spare. The other thing that I found real interesting, and I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to share my screen here because I'm recording this on Zoom so I can do this. So this is one of the commissioners. And I thought this was really telling as far as their goal. Now, this is in 19. I do not know if this gentleman's a commissioner anymore. But what this says here is, so that would mean they would have to come to us with the permit and say, we want to do this. And then we would put stipulations on it as far as hours of operations, sewage. We can put any stipulation we want. I mean, if we really want to, we can stipulate it so tough that there's no way they would want to do it. And I think that's pretty telling about the goal. The goal isn't to find a way to work together. The goal is to find a way to keep a rescue from operating. That's pretty low, and it's pretty sad. The second piece I wanted to show you, let me see if I can get in here, that I thought was really interesting. So I thought this was really interesting because one of the things they said is that we wouldn't be grandfathered, even though they need to make new rules because there are no rules regarding animal rescues. There's no conditional use permit needed currently. So what they needed us to do was they're basically saying that we've been in violation all along, which our attorneys, even they have admitted we weren't really in violation. That's why they need to make new rules. But I thought this was interesting because one of the things they said was that Carol is not licensed with the state, with the Department of Ag, which that is 100% false. That is, not only is it false, I believe, and Carol, correct me if I'm wrong in a response, I believe you guys were one of the top rated as far as the review that they do of all of the rescues in the state. And so guys, if you guys have ever been out to No Time to Spare and been to any other rescue, the amazing work that goes in there. So that's the two things that I wanted to point out. Like I said, I'm going to share all these minutes so that everybody can see them. I'll do a Google Drive or something. The other thing I wanted to say, and this was something that when I read it in these meetings, it was hurtful to me, but I know from Carol, it may be the most hurtful thing that's been said. And that is, in this first set of meetings, one of the gentlemen said that he believed, or his record was, that No Time to Spare was selling animals for profit. That animals were being bred there, that they were being sold based on how cute they were. There was a number of other things that, guys, I know these don't sound very like really big accusations, but for someone who's dedicated their entire life to preventing animal abuse and neglect, to make a claim that they're adding to that problem is probably the most offensive thing that's in this entire meeting minutes. So Carol, I hope you know how much we all know that that's a bunch of crap, and that's not how it works. Just so everybody knows, because I know a lot of times people see young puppies and things. There are times that puppies are born at no time to spare. Those are moms who come to No Time to Spare pregnant, either because they were found pregnant, or because their current owners didn't know how to take care of them as pregnant animals. And a lot of times Carol brings those animals in, helps them through the birthing situation, spays them, and sends them back to their original owners. So guys, when I saw that one made my heart drop, because I know how insulting that is to everybody in the rescue community, and even more so to somebody like Carol, who dedicates their entire life to it. So guys, like I said, I will share these meeting minutes, and please look over it. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know. And we will see everybody on Thursday.